Things are getting tougher for the Langata Member of Parliament, Felix Odiwuor, aka Jalango. Raila Odinga had convened a parliamentary group meeting in Machakos, and when Jalango attended that meeting as one of the ODM Member of Parliament, he was blocked.
I came here because I'm a member of ODM and a member of Azimio. And when we walked in, the boys who blocked me and said I would not come in. And after that, I was allowed in. When Baba walked in, one of his close security asked me to walk out. And that's what happened. I walked out. Yes.
How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
I feel bad because I love Baba. I'm a member of ODM, and I really feel bad.
Do you regret meeting President Ruto?
I can't regret meeting President because I'd gone there as my own capacity, and it's because he had called me for development issues. And I still repeat, I feel bad that I can't attend the meeting when Baba is here, and you know very well what I've done for the party myself. What the journey we've been, and I'm happy that it has taken a different time.
What next? What next? What next?
For your apology, would you be willing
to apologize? To apologize, having met the president, there's no apology about it. I went there for development. You don't apologize when you've gone and you've been called.
Does this interfere with the relationship between you and Azimio?
Maybe it will. But I'm still in Azimio, I'm still a member of ODM, and this is politics.
There's a letter that has been written by Eddie Okech,
yes,
asking that you be kicked out of the party. What would be your comment about it?
I might not be the first person, neither will I be the last person to be kicked out of the party.
This came against a backdrop of Jalango visiting State House in a meeting that was convened by the President of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto. Jalango, with a host of other 8 MPs, attended that State House meeting, and the ODM brigade distanced themselves from that very meeting, and Jalango was criticized. The senator from Migori, the first-time senator from Migori, Mr. Eddie, said the following, that Jalango only became Langata MP a few days ago after Baba gave him a direct ODM ticket. Now he thinks that Baba can't tell him anything. He thinks now he's the messiah of Langata. That is what Migori Senator said. And Orengo said that we disassociate ourselves with a visit to State House in Nairobi by a group of ODM MPs. The visit by the MPs was personal and not sanctioned by any of our official ODM party organs. Now that was not enough. Yesterday, Jalango, while hosted at Spice FM, gave statements that rocked the ODM supporters. He said that even if Raila Odinga had expressed his displeasure against that meeting, he would have defied him and attended, because according to him, the people of Langata don't care who the president is. All they want, all that matter to them, is development. And so when Jalango attended the Machakos meeting, he was carrying a baggage, and some group of youths were shouting at him and telling him, go to State House, you don't belong here. Now it forced the intervention of Babu Owino, the Nairobi East Member of Parliament, the Embakasi East Member of Parliament, to come to his rescue. I've got a feeling that Jalango might have rough times ahead of him, because the Nairobi politics is one that is full of murky waters. You all understand that the race in Lang'ata was hotly contested. And as I said earlier, it was not very easy even for Jalango himself. But he beat all the odds and he became the member of parliament. Now, I don't know what is going to happen in that PG, because one of the things that one of the agendas that formed part of the meeting was to discuss the rebellion within and the invasion of the Azimio party from the government. Over 30 MPs from Jubilee had decamped Azimio, and they said that they are back home in the UDA, and they pledged their allegiance to William Samoei Ruto, and they will start working together. Now, the 9 members of parliament from the ODM who attended State House meeting also reiterated the same. Mark Nyamita, while talking on vernacular Luo station, said that they have nothing, they don't have any regrets, they have no apologies, they went there because they want development for their people. Now, Raila had sometimes earlier said that every Kenyan, every region has got a right to enjoy equitable development projects from the national government because they pay taxes. And he said that no one can beg, no one should beg for these developments because they have a right. There is going to be fireworks in that meeting, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe Jalango is going to be put to task to explain why he attended this meeting without informing the parties, because I have heard people arguing that even if he wanted to attend this meeting under the guise of development, at least he should have been courteous enough to tell even the minority chief whip or Pia Wandai, or just call Raila, as he said that the first meeting when Ruto was going to officiate the opening of affordable housing, he called Raila and Raila gave him the green light. So he is under pressure to explain why this time round he did not attend. He's also going to explain why he thought that he should attend even if Raila does not want him, because the ODM brigade had indicated that they don't recognize the legitimacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So it's going to be very difficult for them. The Jubilee members of parliament, I believe, are not even going to attend. People like Sabine Chege will not attend. But even if they attend, I know they have a position. They will say, we want to work with the government, and I believe there's nothing that can be done. But those from the Nyanza region might find it very difficult. They can be told now, and I think the ODM might even write a letter to the registrar of parties, scrapping their name off the party and telling them to seek a fresh mandate. This is not going to be very easy, because we're at the height of very high political temperatures when Raila is saying that his votes were stolen, and there is a number of electors who listen to him and they believe their votes were stolen. The only confusion that came up was when Raila was going to South Africa, he had given the green light to his members of parliament, to the Nyanza leaders, to the Azimio leaders, to give a resounding welcome reception to William Samoei Ruto. And when William Ruto went to Homa Bay, Kisumu, and Siaya, he was well received. The leaders were there. But after Raila came back, because you see, when he had told the leaders to work with William Ruto, they thought it's now okay. And that is where Jalango might peg his argument, because he said it openly that they should be working together, but should be cautious not to be swallowed into the politics of the UDA. So that will be his own excuse. I don't know what happened, because things have changed. The position that Raila had before he went to South Africa has changed. Now he's saying that William Ruto is not the president, and is calling for calling him to vacate office. 2027 is going to be a very interesting game, because Raila is facing defiance from some of the staunch party leaders, and they want to go on their own. They are going to be two camps here. We have the rebels, who are led by people like Hallo, Miguna, people like David Ochieng and Okoth Obado. And then we have this other camp. Whether they will unite together and try to give an alternative voice is something that we just want to see. As for me, if they want to have an alternative voice and they want to give the people what they can do, they want to tell the people what they feel Raila is not doing right, and they want to, tell them how it should be done. I don't know. This is something competition is something that must be accepted. However, it should be done void of bloodshed and insults and what have you. It should be on a very plain platform where each and every person is going to be given a chance to air their views. One thing I'm not very sure is whether they will see the light of the day, because Raila has withered these political storms before. We've got people who tried to wrestle this power from him, including the current governor of Siaya, James Orengo, the current governor of Kisumu, Anyang' Nyong'o, but they could not defeat Raila. So they decided, if you cannot beat him, then join him. As for Jalango, I think he's really walking a tightrope, because I've listened to people and they feel that this might be the first and the last term, because he fought for it, but he seems to be warming up to William Samoei Ruto. I don't know, because the statements that he would have attended that meeting even if Raila did not want is something that scared many. So we want to see the developments as they transpire, and it's going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think. Let us wait for the outcome from the Machakos Azimio parliamentary group. That is my take.